Good evening. Welcome to ThaiPBS Eng.News Service. Tonight you're with me, Ringtip Chonapalai. The Defense Minister is setting up an investigation panel to identify and punish the soldiers who leaked an audio file of the Ministry annual staff reshuffle meeting to the opposition party. The embattled Defense Minister says such an act is totally against the military code. Last Sunday, a Democrat MP from Songkhla province played an audio recording during the censor debate, which was being broadcast live on TV. The clip appeared to be a recording of high-ranking military officials discussing senior staff reshuffles for next year. The opposition pointed out that in the sound clip, Air Chief Marshal Sukampol Suwanatat was heard allegedly abusing his power by mandating military positions for personal benefit. However, the Defense Minister denied such claims and went on to survive the censor vote. The minister is now setting up an investigation panel led by a Deputy Permanent Secretary to identify who was behind this leak. Severe measures are likely to be taken against the soldier who leaked the audio file, as it is in total conflict with the military code. As for the minister, he personally believed that the Democrats' move last Sunday was to avenge his call to strip the sub-lieutenant rank from Democrat and opposition leader Apisit Vechachiwa after revealing that the opposition leader submitted forged military documents earlier in his career. The criminal court has summoned Gorka Pikuntong to appear tomorrow for additional questioning regarding a petition filed earlier by a Democrat Party member of parliament asking the court to revoke his and 4 other UDD members' bail. Per Thai Party's members, Nathu Saikur, the current Minister of Commerce, Karun Hosakun, Gorka Pikuntong, Weng Tochirakan, and Viputhalang Pathanapum Thai were presented at today's court hearing. All are co-leaders of United Front of Democracy Against Dictatorship, or UDD. The petition requesting the revocation of their bail was filed by Nipit Intarasombat, a Democrat Party member of Parliament for Pathalung, who accused the 5 Per Thai Party's members of breaking bail conditions. Today's hearing lasted more than 2 hours. Only Gorka Pikuntong was asked to return for additional questioning tomorrow at 9 a.m. Yesterday, representatives of the Constitution Court filed more petitions claiming the red-shirt leader had intended to create fear and division among the people, and what he has said publicly was a threat against the Constitution Court. Now we have an update on the continuing dispute within the Federation of Thai Industry, or the FTI, after Payungsak Chasudipon met with the Industry Minister and Deputy Minister yesterday. Today, FTI committee members led by Thanis Sorat met the Industry Minister to ask him to act as middleman to help solve the conflict. The committee members led by Thanis Sorat, Thawikit Chatura Charan Kun, and Sommat Khunset met the Industry Minister to explain the details of the dispute, which came to a head on Monday when the committee voted to replace Payungsak Chasudipon with Santi Vilasakdanon as chairman. Thanis Sorat, a deputy chairman of the FTI, said he wanted the industry minister to talk to the Prime Minister about what had happened and get the police out of the FTI office. Payungsak claimed that the police are keeping watch on the FTI on the deputy minister's orders. Thanis Sorat added that he and his team is ready to discuss the conflict. The industry minister asked the ministry's legal team to review the FTI's regulations to see if the committee's actions follow the FTI rules. He also said that he is willing to be a middleman if it would help solve the internal conflict quickly. Meanwhile, Nipon Surapong Rakcharan, former vice chairman of the FTI, pointed out that the FTI is one of the most important private sector organizations, so members must rapidly find solutions to its internal conflicts.
We consider for this one that need to be solved for the good result. It's better because not only the minimum wages, we will face many problems, and we need to be clear and very good opportunity for the ASEAN, because now, as we know, that ASEAN is very interesting country for every country of the world, and ASEAN +3, ASEAN +6 country. I think will be the very big effect that we need to catch this opportunity. We need to turn threat to be opportunity, not continue threat is a threat.
According to the International Labour Organization, or ILO, worldwide 75 million young people aged under 24 are unemployed, and half of them are in Asia. Earlier, I spoke with Plan Asia's Regional Youth Employment Specialist, John Thru, and Plan Thailand Vocational Program Manager, Kanapon Sonsamrit, who talked about how to help provide vocational training for potential employees in Thailand and in Asia as a whole.
Well, you can see what will happen. We just look to Egypt, to Tunisia, where the crisis of the Arab Spring started. It was really a crisis of jobs and corruption and disenfranchised youth who were unable to feel like their voices were being heard and that the promise of education wasn't delivering. So we know what will happen. We continue to see it spread across the Middle East and Southern Europe. So if nothing is done, leaders around the world are starting to recognize that we have to do something.
Yes. So what have Plan International been doing?
We have the pilot project to link with the skill center development of Ministry MOL, and also linking with the business sector to seeking the youth employed.
Right, and then at the end, what is your achievement?
Sure. How do we define our success? Really, I think for us, it's really about youth being employed and being able to have decent work. It's the International Labour Organization's concept of decent work, where they're able to fend for themselves, able to provide for their families, and begin to lift themselves out of poverty, so that we're working ourselves out of a job, hopefully, is the end result, is that youth will be able to sustain themselves in meaningful ways and be able to contribute to their local communities, but also to their national development.
So any hope for Thailand?
Can I start? For Thailand now, we have planned to approach strategy to reach where the youth are and what kind of skill of business demand and can provide job for them. We will provide support and encourage the youth to have more skill, more one skill, and when they get a job, they can working and can responsibility themselves and also support their family and social.
4 highly trained beagle dogs have been in use as sniffer dogs at Suvarnabhumi Airport Animal Quarantine Station since the Department of Livestock Development, or DLD, imposed new and tighter safety measures to prevent the importation of livestock and animal products. Here's more from Kun Sarita Thanangkul.
Over the years, there have been a large number of reports of animal and animal part smuggling through Thailand's airport. The Animal Quarantine Station Authority needs to continuously search for animals and animal carcasses hidden in customer luggage in an effort to prevent the illegal importation. Additionally, in preparation for being part of ASEAN Economic Community, or AEC, new and tighter security measures have now been imposed at Thailand's borders. Thisadi Chawsoncharan, Director General of the DLD, highlighted the importance of the strengthened safety measures.
Since a large number of passengers travel in and out of the country, the DLD authorities need to check customers' luggage for smuggled meat or carcasses. Using these 4 beagles is expected to provide a more efficient way of examination. Meanwhile, there are several inspection points: the luggage conveyors, all entrances and exits to and from the airport, and on the walkways. These 4 beagles, trained as sniffer dogs, have been doing their job of accurate scent detection for airport luggage since November the 10th.
A dog handler said the detection process using a trained beagle sniffer dog includes examining luggage on the airport conveyor, followed by more detailed checks once a suspicious bag is identified and removed from the conveyor. If the beagle detects anything unusual about a piece of luggage, the dog is trained to sit down beside the bag. Veterinarian and sniffer dog handler Natakan Kurupan says there's a reason why the bigger breed of dog is chosen to perform this important job.
The Beagle's advantage of body size that's smaller than other breeds like Labrador or Golden Retriever or German Shepherd. That's very easy to manage in about to train. They can make feeling is very comfortable when the tourist or the passenger see our dogs.
Handler Sapason Chai Sukuman also believes that beagles do present a more friendly image of airport security.
It's more easy to feed the food and more friendly for customers. You can see the beagle is more bit more short concentrate than German Shepherd and Labrador. We have to train more than German Shepherd and Labrador. They have a short concentrate like a small breed.
In the future, the use of sniffer dogs is likely to be implemented at all international animal quarantine stations, and it is claimed that this measure will greatly improve the prevention of smuggling of animal and animal carcasses. Sarita Thanangul, Thai PBS.
Thank you, Kun Sarita. Today, around 20 activists protested outside the Chinese embassy in Manila to denounce China's newly issued electronic passports, which contain maps that include disputed territories in the South China Sea. They accuse China of a provocative unilateral move that makes a diplomatic solution to the dispute even more difficult to attain. Here's more from Hugh Adam.
As well as China, 4 members of ASEAN, Brunei, Malaysia, the Philippines and Vietnam lay claim to territories in the resource-rich South China Sea.
This is really something that we cannot tolerate because it's basically telling the ASEAN countries, that your opinion does not matter. This whole area is declared by us to be our territory, and you better accept it, or nothing at all.
The activists carried placards mocking the new passports, with slogans like 9-line laugh out loud and spray painting bright X marks on oversized passports. The 9-line refers to China's illustration of its claim over the South China Sea. The Chinese Foreign Ministry had said yesterday that people shouldn't read too much into the placement of the new map in its passports. But the Filipino activists say it's no small matter, and the Philippine Foreign Ministry said it was taking steps to avoid any possibility of being seen to legitimize China's claims in the South China Sea. Foreign Minister Albert Del Rosario said the Chinese claim over almost the entire South China Sea was excessive and in violation of international law. Following a similar move by Vietnam, another claimant state, the Philippine authorities will be stamping separate visa applications instead of the new passports themselves. Both the Philippines and Vietnam filed protests last week against the inclusion of contested territories in the Chinese passport maps. Hugh Adams, Thai PBS.
Thank you, Kun Hugh, and that wraps up tonight's editions of Thai PBS English News Service. Thank you for watching. I'm Rungkip Chonapalai. Have a good night. สวัสดีค่ะ